Okay. Today we, in the kitchen, will be making some chocolate cookies. It's a pretty standard chocolate cookie recipe. Eggs, sugar, butter, flour, chocolate. But these ones are a little bit different because it actually has melted cooking chocolate in the recipe, which makes it a lot richer, but also a lot gooier and a little bit more difficult to cook because the mixture comes up very sticky because of all the chocolate. So just before they go in the oven, we actually have to pop them into the fridge for a little while so that they can set into the right shape, because they'll be quite sticky and tacky, and if you just pop them straight in the fridge, they'll just collapse completely. So it's a really standard kind of setup. We melt some chocolate over a double bowl on the stove. So that's just going now. We'll leave that there for a couple of minutes to get it nice and hot. We whisk, or we beat the eggs and sugar together. Totally standard cookie making practice. Then we mix into that the eggs and then all the dry mix and then the chocolate at the end. I'm going to stir through some dried cranberries because I couldn't find any sour cherries at the supermarket, because that is a bit too gourmet for my little supermarket. So I'm just going to be over this way to mix the sugar and the butter with the blender, because you want to get it totally, absolutely mixed in, light and fluffy and very pale. This recipe also uses soft brown sugar instead of caster sugar, which adds more to the kind of carameliness of the final flavour. This is going to be loud. This goes on for a little while. My butter's a little bit too hard, so it's going to take ages. So you're just going to have to sit there and wait. I'm multitasking, so I'm going to be doing the melty chocolate at the same time. And now my shit's going everywhere. Hang on, hold that thought. The chocolate mixture has been resting in the fridge just to firm up a little bit. We're rolling it into quite big balls. Balls. Because the recipe is just for 12 big cookies, which I am totally okay with. So it's about a quarter of a cup in each ball. You've got to space them quite widely on the trays. So I actually do it on two separate trays. So just 6 cookies per tray. The recipe also says that after you make your balls, to rest it in the fridge again for them to firm up again before we put them in the oven, which we will do because we've always done it in the past and it works. So we've got this, it's quite fudgy, quite a firm fudgy dough dotted with dried cranberries. Once this goes back into the fridge for another 15 minutes, chuck it in the oven quite low. I think it's only 160 degrees for the oven, which is pretty cool for an oven for baking. 180 is probably a lot more common, but we don't want these to, we want them to be kind of a little bit still soft and fudgy on the inside, but kind of cracked and crispy on the outside. And that's tricky, which is why we have chefs tell us how to do it, because they know these sorts of things, because that's what they do for their job. So it'll just be another couple of minutes doing this, getting these cookies rolled into balls, and then they will go in the oven. Or they'll go in the fridge, then they'll go in the oven. And then I'm pretty sure it's not a very long bake. I'm going to guess it's probably 20 minutes. Might be a little longer, we'll see. So we've got practically, I love it when the recipes are just spot on. So I've got 12 cookies, all the same size. tiny bit of dough left over, so obviously one of them might be a tiny bit small. I'll show you, I'll bring the camera over in a second. Which one's the smallest? That one's the smallest. Just adding a little bit to the smaller one. Licking your fingers, covered in chocolate. 6 there, another 6 there. They go back in the fridge and then we pop them in the oven. I will see you when I pull them out. Okay team, the cookies are out of the oven. They are looking delicious. They're very soft still. I need to let them cool down so they can set a little bit. As you can see, nice and crackly on the top. A couple of nice cracks. Hopefully that means on the inside they'll still be really soft and fudgy. So yeah, that's my cooking adventure for today. Hope you're all having well. Stay good, eat well, cook heaps of your own food. Stop getting takeaway. Do it. There we have it, guys. Yummy, fudgy in the middle. Can't quite see it in that light. Delicious, crackly on the top. Yum.